Askreddit asks, of all movie opening scenes, what one sold the entire film the most?
Saving Private Ryan. No doubt. It's the first movie to watch when you get surround sound speakers for the first time.
Apparently some vets had to leave the theater during the showing of Saving Private Ryan because the opening was so real to them that it took them right back to that time. Even to regular people watching it, it was raw emotion and changed a lot of people's perspectives on war, I'm sure.
Wall-E really does a good job setting up the emptiness and solitude of the planet with only a song of visuals. Edit. Thank you kind person for the silver, and thanks everyone else for taking the time to read, upvote, and reply to my comment.
Of all the answers I've seen on this thread, I've probably got to say this one takes the cake. The fact that there's no dialogue for the first 20 to 30 minutes but still keeps your attention is beyond impressive.
And such a long scene. They really took their time. And it paid off in spades.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
This is my number one. It's so iconic. So many films, TV, etc. pay homage to it. The statue, the boulder rolling, grabbing the whip from under the door. Everything. It's perfect. Edit. He grabbed the whip from under the door in ROTLA. The hat grab was from Temple of Doom.
The Matrix.
One little detail I love about that scene. Trinity is revealed to be a superhuman fighter that can take out several armed men. Then when she hears there's an agent, she is scared. That was a great way to sell the agents without even having to show anything they can do yet.
The first time the camera stops and swoops for Trinity's mid-air kick. We knew we were in for something different. That Nokia phone was the shit.
Airplane. Listen, Betty, don't start up with your white zone shit again.
Just admit it, you want me to have an abortion.
Don't tell me which zone is for stopping and which zone is for loading. Edit. I don't know why the copyright symbol popped up. Wasn't there when I did my reply. Weird glitch maybe? I deleted it.
Inglourious Bastards.
Christoph Waltz instantly owns that scene. His presence is the entire focus of the scene, it's amazing.
Super Troopers. You boys like Mexico?
These schnoozeberries taste like schnozberries.
That whole sequence is comedy gold.
I'm already pulled over. I can't pull over any farther.
The OG Star Wars. Not the title crawl but the one right after that.
This is so difficult to overstate. I remember experiencing those first few minutes after the crawl. SF movies before the opening scene of Star Wars were either so cheesy or very abstract. First, holy crap, that's a real planet. Then, oh wow, that's a real spaceship. No way, those are real lasers. And then the Star Destroyer. Oh, my God.
The Dark Knight.
My answer as well. It sets up the entire film so perfectly. The Joker is an unhinged maniac whose allegiances are always to be questioned. What appears as an elaborate bank robbery quickly reveals itself to be a larger scheme. The soldiers of the robbery start picking each other off one by one after each of their usefulness is exhausted. The bank, the seeming victim at the time, reveals itself to be affiliated with the mob and not as innocent as you once thought.
Scream. The tension and terror were built up perfectly, and the eventual killing of Drew Barrymore's character was shocking. Not just in its brutality, which was quite graphic for its time, but because such a major name was killed off that soon into a movie. The opening kill is a tried and true horror trope, but it had never been done before with such a big name so early in a film. For the rest of the film, every time you saw a big name show up, Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, you weren't sure if they were going to make it to the end of the film or not.
Children of Men. I went into the theater blind and 5 minutes in I knew to buckle my seatbelt.
Now I have two good reasons for a re-watch. Can't remember the opening at all.
I still think that movie has some of the best cinematography of anything I've ever watched.
Came to say this. Originally watched it on whim one weekend based on a recommendation with no clue what it was.
Hot Fuzz. The pace, the settings, the little stupid details, and in Advanced Cycling.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are the best, and the cinematography in their movies is so masterful. Wright really is a genius. Edit. Holy shit, that's a lot of replies. Thank you all for educating me, giving me recommendations, and all the friendly discussion.
Tropic Thunder, the opening fake, URL redacted, JWVIH1DNK9Y, were a great way to start that movie off.
Quote ... and no one saw it coming. 3 more times ...
The first time seeing it in a theater. Having no clue at first whether the trailers were legit or not, amazing.
The opening scene in Reservoir Dogs completely sums up everyone's character. Mr. Pink goes on his logical rant about why he doesn't tip, showing he is the logic thinker. He also claims always to be the one acting like a professional. Later in the film, he tries to keep the group together and stay professional. Mr. White takes the book from Joe when he gets tired of hearing him drone on and on about Toby, showing they are close friends. Mr. Blonde offers to shoot Mr. White if he doesn't give the book back to Joe. He even shots him with a finger gun, foreshadowing Mr. Blonde's violent actions later in the film. Finally, when Joe asks who didn't tip, Mr. Orange immediately rats out Mr. Pink. Mr. Orange, of course, is the undercover cop and the rat.
Goodfellas, as far back as I could remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Whenever I watch Goodfellas now, I can't ignore the fact that Ray Liotta didn't know Paul Sorvino was going to slap URL redacted. Watch. V equals KXKY71 JWPVU.
KAAAAARENWHY did you do THAAAAAT?
The Fellowship of the Ring. It didn't just sell the movie. It sold the series. That prologue let you know right off the bat that this was truly Middle-earth. And it was epic.
Everything about that series is just incredible. The only downside is that now I can no longer be immersed in a fantasy world if it isn't filmed in New Zealand. I am our pre-star AEN. The world is changed.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and above all, have an excellent day, you amazing people.